Hey everyone, I'm Sam from WRO. I'm on my way to go coyote hunting right now. It's January 4th. It is 1 degree outside, but the wind chill makes it feel like probably, I don't know, -5, -10, so it's not too bad out. We'll give you a few tips on coyote hunting. First one is scent control. That's a big one. You always want to make sure you're sprayed down, make sure your clothes are washed. Coyotes' sense of smell it's crazy. Make sure you're always downwind of, say you're calling into a point of trees that comes out into a field. Make sure you're always downwind of that point. So the coyote will still want to try and sneak around you, or sneak around the call anyway, to see if they can smell something that they're not supposed to. That's a big one. Second is, this is obvious, but movement. Don't be moving around. Don't be scratching your head. Don't be wiggling your legs, because coyotes, every animal, every person goes off of, their eyes go off of movement. So the littlest movement can really wreck your hunt, especially with coyotes, because they're kind of like mature deer, where they'll sit and look over at you or at your call. They'll hold up. I've seen coyotes hold up for 45 minutes. One time I was calling in a deep ravine, and I was halfway up the one side, and the coyote was all the way on the top of another, and he held up there for 45 minutes. And he was just looking around. He was mature, he was old, he was a big coyote. He was just held up there looking around, and he was just scoping out the area. And so don't be moving, otherwise if you have a coyote that's held up, then your hunt's over, and if he catches you moving. Another one is, this is a big one. A lot of people will go out and they'll just sit down, and right away they'll start calling. You want to wait 10 to 20 minutes before you start calling from when you sat down. You want everything to settle down. You don't want to start calling right away. And another really big one is, people when they do start calling, most people just blast their call as loud as it can go, or if they're using mouth calls, they'll start blowing into it as hard as they can. That's not what you want to do. You want to start off quiet as can be. You want to call very, very quiet. A coyote can hear a mouse squeak under the snow from 100 yards away. Their hearing is amazing. If you're in a spot where there's coyotes, and you know there's coyotes, no matter how quiet you're calling, I can guarantee you they will hear it. It's just a matter of fact if they want to come into it or not. So that's all I got for now. I'll turn the camera back on my walkout. I won't be talking when I'm sat down in my spot, because I don't want to jeopardize the hunt, but I will film some of it. I don't know if I'll be able to get the shot, because I'm by myself. I don't have a camera stand or anything, so hopefully I can knock something down. Stay tuned. Alright, one more thing for you guys. Another tip on coyote hunting is, you'll go out, and don't get discouraged if you don't call anything in even the first 5-6 times. Coyote hunting is coyotes are one of the hardest animals to hunt in North America. They are so cautious. They take every single step they can to make sure everything is in the clear, it's all safe. My grandpa once told me, and my grandpa is very knowledgeable about hunting, and that's where I've learned almost everything about hunting was from him. He told me once that a good coyote hunter will call in a coyote every 5 times he goes out, or one out of every 5 times he goes out. I mean, you're talking about 5 different days of going out and only calling in 1 coyote. That's not even talking about killing them. That's just calling one in. I mean, so don't get discouraged if you go out 6-7 times and you haven't called anything in. Don't think it's your call or it's your placement. Just keep at it, and I promise you'll be able to get them to come in if you're doing all the steps right. So that's just one more thing about it. Alright, I'm in southeast Minnesota. It's 1 degree out, and nice buck track. Real feel is -5, -10, so it's not terrible outside. I know what you're thinking too. You're probably thinking, why is he wearing wooded camo when he's going coyote hunting when there's snow on the ground? Well, I don't have any snow camo, so I'm not rich, I'm poor. Plus I'm gonna be sitting on some pretty dark weeds, I believe. But yeah, I'm gonna be calling to the east. The sun is gonna be setting behind me, so hopefully if a coyote can see me, the sun will be in his eyes just enough so he won't know what I am. So I'm using a 250 hollow point Hornady rounds. I don't know what grain, I can't remember. But I got a decoy here. I got this Ecotech call. I don't know if I'm gonna use that one. I got just a hand call I'm gonna use, but stay tuned. I'm gonna put my phone down because my hand, I can't feel it anymore. So stay tuned. I got the electric call going now. I don't know if you can hear it or not because I have it really quiet. We'll see what happens. Did a few coyote howls, and I don't know if you can hear it, it's a ways off, but there's coyotes howling back all over the place. It's pretty sweet. All right, well, it was a little colder out than I thought. My eyelashes are frozen, so are my eyebrows. Was calling for a while, nothing. Then I decided to do a howl, and so I did a howl. I did a female, and then I followed up with cottontail in distress, and then I did male howl, and all of a sudden 2 or 3 coyotes start howling back, and at that point I'm thinking, okay, well, that's pretty cool, but they're a ways out. It's always cool to hear a coyote howl back at you, but they were a ways away. I didn't expect them to come in. But that reminded me of another tip for you guys. Is I've had it where coyote will howl at my call 30 yards away. They'll bark at it. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. If you ever have a coyote that's just hanging out distance a little ways and he's howling at you, even if you can't see him, this works better with a hand call. You can access it quicker. But when he howls, the other coyote howls, you wanna cut him off in his mid howl. So when he's in the middle of his howl, you want to start howling yourself, and that'll piss him off, and that'll bring him in. But if it's a young coyote, it'd probably scare him off. But I've had a lot of luck that way before. Is cutting them off, it just gets them mad, and then they'll storm right in. But yeah, My truck says -2 right now, but it definitely feels like -20 out there. So, my eyelashes are defrosting here. All right, so next time I go out, I plan on going out tomorrow. Hopefully I can put something on the ground. Maybe I'll have a couple more tips for you guys. Thanks for watching.